under the cover of darkness, behind the shell on Old Tappan Way, voices can be heard. Looks like our good old mayor has some backdoor dealings with one of the many maple syrup gangs. Will Greenway find itself drowning in maple syrup, or will City Cop Jimmy be able to save it? Welcome to rural Canada A. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Rural Canada A. We've got a super exciting episode here where we get so much done, but it ends up being one block. Welcome to the detail in life. I wanted to say as well, too, apologies for the latest video. No idea what happened. The outro got cut off. I never ended up figuring out what it was, but we got it re-uploaded, so check it out if you did. I had some people reach out saying that the link wasn't working. That's because we removed the original and yeah, re-uploaded the video. And if anybody commented too, I might have missed some comments. Just comment again, or if you're wondering, like, Moose, you ignoring me? No, not yet. Anyways, here's a Starbucks. Should it be a Tim Hortons? Maybe, but we also, like, I always get that comment too. Like, every time I'm building a Canadian city, I reference Canadian. People are like, why is that a Starbucks? Shouldn't that be a Tim Hortons? It's like, dude, we have Starbucks too in Canada. Just as much as Tim Hortons as well too. Albeit people choose like Starbucks over Tim Hortons because yeah, Tim Hortons quality has been a bit sus lately, ever since they got bought out by Burger King. But anyways, back to the build. Here's a cool build. Trying to figure this building out. Doesn't fit. We don't use it. There's a train ripping by. I wanted to also, as we kick off this episode diving in, I wanted to give a thank you to two heckin' amazing creators. They've shown the channel so much love. Them in themselves are such massive inspirations for me. People that I aspire to be like with my own content, and people that just every single day, if I'm ever looking for that motivation, or just lacking inspiration, whatever it is, or I just want to feel good. I just want to, you know, maybe I'm having a bad day and I just want to feel good. They're always there with their content to make my day better. Huge shout out to Cities by Diana and Gaseous Stranger, two heckin' amazing individuals that make every single day better with their own amazing content. Just such amazing people. I'm sure all of you know them, but in case you don't, their links will be in the description below. Yeah, just, man, amazing people. If y'all are watching this episode, heckin' appreciate both of you so heckin' much. So coming in here, we're going to add some more parking, beautiful surface parking, and these assets are easily, I would say, like my most use. I know I use a few other parking assets as well too, like parking roads, ploppable, just a parking lot that you just plop down, but these got to be like some of my most used. Like, they're so flexible, so good. It's just an asset. You just make it what you want it to be. It fits anything, really. Like, they're easily my favorite parking assets. The only downside is you have to have perfectly flat terrain. So I guess I wish it was more of a building in the sense that, you know, it could be flat terrain, but then it wouldn't be raisable, and I get why they do it that way. So that's the only downside, which is not a downside. It's the only way that you can make it in this game. Gonna use no controller here to try and get this alleyway to line up, and we actually end up not using this road. I didn't actually end up liking the look of it that much. Yeah, no, it just didn't fit the vibe that I was going for here. So we're gonna end up using a asphalt surface road instead here, because it actually matches the ploppable asphalt texture perfectly. It doesn't perfectly match the road, but that's okay because we use decals and stuff to sort of blend it in there as well too. wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who did check out the last video. Yeah, I don't know, and all the videos on the channel, man, the growth of the channel, I know it's not like mind-blowing numbers over here, but hey, you know what? For me, I'm super proud of it. I'm really proud of what I'm creating, and I'm really, really excited that so many people are vibing it and checking it out, and again, the channel's been growing at a rate that I hadn't seen when I did YouTube before, which makes sense, because last time I did YouTube, it felt super fake and superficial, and like, everybody says you gotta be this, so you have to, or nothing matters. And I don't know, I want to question that and be like, do you have to? Everybody's different, so why do you have to do this? Do the content that makes you happy, and I guarantee you people are gonna vibe with it. It'll feel so much more authentic and real than so much of the content that's just forced or fake that's out there as well. So thank you so much to everybody who's been checking out the video. If you want to connect further as well, in the link tree below, I've got everything there. That's Discord. We've got mod list, asset list, Patreon. Everything you could look for is down there in the description below in the link tree. So yeah, check that out. Join the Discord as well too. We showcase a segment called Share Your Builds, where we share your builds. You build something, you post a picture of it, we share it on the Twitch live streams. We also have a very exciting goal on the channel right now. So if you're curious about, you know, toying with hitting that subscribe button, when we hit 1K subs on the channel here, we're going to do our first ever YouTube live stream of the city of Greenway here. Maybe we'll build, I don't know, maybe make some growth on the monotonous downtown blocks here. But speaking of the monotonous downtown blocks here, I think the way that I'm going to go with the videos as we progress, or I guess the build, it's not really the videos more, so the build is focusing on sort of doing one downtown block for an episode, or maybe we build more, because this didn't take as long as I thought it would. And then from there, let's go ahead and do something different, so we're not just doing downtown every single episode. This could be things like, this episode, you're seeing downtown expansion. Next episode, maybe we do a stadium. Episode ever? Episode ever. Yeah, maybe. Episode after, we do downtown. And then after that, small regional airport. After that, downtown. After that, suburban, so on, right? You get the picture. So yeah, I think that's how I'm going to approach this series, to keep it fresh, you know, so that's not all the same, you know, boring, monotonous stuff. And not that it's boring, but if I did this type of expansion, granted, every downtown block is different, sure, but I feel like it would be too repetitive. So I think that's how this series is going to progress as we go with Greenway. Doing some beautiful nature detail in here, just adding greenery to the sides of these buildings, and just in different little spots looks so heckin' good. And in my opinion, it adds so heckin' much to a build, because it's what you see. Like, nature always wins. Mr. Mason put it best with that phrase on Mr. Mason's City Builders episode.
But nature always wins. No matter how much concrete you throw on, nature's always gonna come through. That blade of grass is always gonna pop through the concrete. You know, eventually, nature's gonna win out.
Nature always heckin' wins. Just a little bit of detailing, couple tree assets, some grass, and it adds so heckin' much to this. And it just feels real, right? Like, it makes the whole thing feel very, very real. So we've been doing question of the stream over here on the channel, and I wanted to ask, what excites you the most about Cities Skylines 2? I think for me, it's definitely got to be the AI. I'm so excited to see how the AI interacts with the environments that you create in Cities Skylines 2. But I want to hear from all of you. So what excites you the most about Cities Skylines 2? Let me know in the comments below. Coming back in here, we're working around that beautiful Isuzu, I think is how you say it, box truck. Dude, it comes with graffiti on it, which is so heckin' cool. Like, that's so nice to have on there as well. Nice little graffiti. Because you can do that with, like, assets and procedural objects, but it takes time, whereas plopping down, like, one truck, like, hey, yo, let's heckin' go, you know? Super, 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 super nice. Talking about the link tree below as well, too. Just a couple things that I wanted to share and promote about myself and what I do. So I'm a full-time content creator, full-time doing City Skylines content. And I do that over on Twitch, full-time there doing City Skylines stuff. So if you want to connect further, Twitch is definitely the best way to support the channel, or Patreon or Coffee, which are in the link tree below. But I also run an apparel company called Toxicity Simi Apparel. So if you're looking for beautiful, nerdy, urbanist apparel to rock this summer or going into autumn, whatever the occasion may be, check it out, Toxicity Simi Apparel, to get some of the dopest, hottest cities, nerdy, urbanist apparel. Now that that's over, like, comment, subscribe. Let's beat the YouTube algorithm. Together, we can do it. Here's some cool buildings that I'm placing that look really hot on this main street. Man, looking back at it now and knowing what we create, it's crazy how much decals add to a build, because decals are going to completely transform what this road looks like now to what it becomes. It's crazy how much they add. Do you ever just think, like, hot dang, we're blessed, as City Skylines players, to have such amazing asset creators and modders creating stuff for us? Free, too. They don't charge. I know some of them have Patreon, but it's not like you have to pay the Patreon, you know what I mean? That's so crazy. Like, what the heck? Like, I mean, the builds are so good. So cool. We're so blessed. So we're going to come in here and do some more nature detailing here as well, with the grass coming along the side of a beautiful, I believe Eva Metri E made this asset. I think it was, with that beautiful pig, I almost said statue. Sculpture? I mean, maybe it is a statue. Sign. That's probably a better way to say it. Also, you know what time it is? Hydrate time. Make sure to grab a sip of water. Sipping on some beautiful Vancouver water. It's pretty good. Decent. Give it like a 9 out of 10. I bet that could be like a, no, that's so silly. That could be a question, though. I mean, we already have a question of the stream. The stream. Oh my gosh. Twitch brain. Question of the video. What excites you most about City Skylines 2? But we could have a second question. I don't know. Are y'all ready for a second question? What's your favorite water? And you might be like, Moose, what the heck are you talking about? Out of the cities or places that you've visited, who has the best drinking water? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But for me, it would be... For me, it would be Chilliwack, British Columbia. They got some very delicious tap water. Anyways, yeah, here's some cool nature detailing that I'm doing. This grass strip by Delmo is so heckin' fire. Like, it's so, oh man, so useful. And it really, like, it adds so much heckin' realism to the build here. All on the sides of that, like, oh man, it looks so damn good. Look at that. See, again, this is like, what? Let's say 4 or 5 assets here to get this looking real. And again, it doesn't really take that long. I was pretty surprised at how quick I got this together. Like, we can probably make... Again, next episode's not going to be downtown again, because I just don't want it to be all downtown for, you know, 4 or 5 episodes in a row. But when we do come back to downtown, let's say in like 2 episodes, like I think next episode, I think we're going to do a stadium. We'll see. I'm going to keep you guys on your toes, you know? But, yeah, I think from there, we'll do downtown again. And I want to see how much I can get done, because I feel like this didn't take too long, and I feel like I can really make a dent on downtown as well. Because once downtown's done, then we are rolling. We are heckin' rolling. And I think going forward with the future of the channel, with City Skylines 2 on the horizon now, we definitely are going to make a transition over to City Skylines 2, but I don't think I'm ever going to stop playing City Skylines 1. Coming in with these beautiful Cluse props. Now, what I did there is I placed 1 on each end of the street there, spanned 5 in the middle. You can line them up. Although, thinking about it now, probably I could just use line tool to do the same thing. But hey, you know what? Move it. Move its fire. Then we're going to come in with this tree. Now, this tree is not new, but it's new to me. And I've become so obsessed with it. It is a perfect street tree. And I only found it recently. Like, when I say recently, I mean, like, within the last week at least. Maybe last week is when I found it for the first time. And it's literally become my favorite tree now. I'm obsessed with it. It's so heckin' good. Ah, what a cool find. And again, it's not a new asset. It's not like it just came out of the workshop or anything like that, but yeah, I'm gonna be using this tree so heckin' much. Like so heckin' much. Ah, it's so good. Like, oh man, it fits in so well. You see me just trying to figure out where the heck that car was going because it was driving really weird. Turns out it's just trying to park. I ended up changing the parking too. I think I yeet the parking and we add Cluse assets instead. Gonna copy this and bring it over to the other side as well. Yeah, because I'd imagine that this block would have the same trees on both sides of it, like all over it. Also, I forgot to do this in the live play that's going to be coming up here shortly in about 3-ish minutes, give or take. But I want to give a huge thank you to all the amazing people who have been supporting me over on Ko-fi and Patreon. So a huge heckin' thank you. These people allowed me to keep doing what I'm doing, as well as all the amazing people over on Twitch. Huge thank you to Disney Dude 1, Shane Turner, Fish Bob, Hey Guy Buddy, Braygard, William Epps, the Yed _ Anthropophagic, the Jonah, who I do a podcast with, and Comrade Karen. Thank you all so much for your support, whether it be on Patreon or Ko-fi. If you want to get early access to the videos, and I've got some other cool stuff cooking up, as well as first looks and decision designs on items for Talk Cities to Me apparel. Links for those are in the description below. Coming in with some brick decals here, and this is what I mentioned at the start about how decals absolutely change the look of something. Like, this road completely transforms the look of it just by adding some decals, some trees, and parking asset. Actually, this parking asset from Cluse is going to completely transform it alongside these decals. So get ready for that. It is, oh man. Do you ever, like, I just love this game. Anybody else ever find themselves, like, out and about, just thinking about City Skylines? It's, like, completely consumed me, and I love it so much. Like, it just completely consumed me. If you want all City Skylines content, this is the place for it. All cities, all the time. City Skylines 2, everything cities here. I love this game so much. I love the community so much. Y'all are heckin' amazing. The little family that we're building over here, I appreciate you all so damn much. Man, y'all are so cool. So cool. These episodes are so much fun to put together. So much heckin' fun to put together. It's fun to share a little creation. I don't know. Vibe. Coming in with the Vanya's Dirt decals. Absolute game changer. Like, they are... You sink them into the terrain a little bit, right? So grab the decal, place it, sink it in just a bit. Oh my god, it's just literally perfect. It consumes a large space, so it lessens the amount of decals you have to place, but then fills the space in a pretty realistic way. Super heckin' useful way. Ah, it's so good. Gonna come in and color them yellow. Try to get better. I didn't do enough yellow. I don't think I did any in the last episode talking about realistic parking. So I'm gonna try and do that as well. But like we did in the last episode, made this completely functional with that road, right? So the hopes in that is that people will take the road to park instead of creating flying cars that I'm sure we're all accustomed to in this game. You'll never be able to beat it, but you can do things to sort of try and combat it a bit. To be like, hey, I don't like flying cars, so let me see what I can do to stop it. And creating networks that give them a way to drive to their parking spot, in my experience, has helped quite a bit with it as well. But yeah, here it is. Here's this beautiful block. I think we're coming to the end here of the time-lapse portion and my commentary, so I'm going to let Moose 2 take over and introduce you into the live play, but yeah, this build was so much fun. And here it is, actually. Here's the last thing that we do, right? The beautiful little park in my Cluse. These assets have become my absolute favorite. Not new, like the tree, but something that I found recently or rediscovered that I've just become obsessed with. So heckin' good. Well, I'll let myself place those assets, and I'll catch you all shortly here for the heckin' live play portion. Enjoy. So here we are back in the beautiful city of Greenway and the awesome little small but mighty build that we did today. As mentioned during the time-lapse portion as well, I want to hear from all of you I don't know, I'm trying to sort of gauge the audience and the community that I'm building over here. Let me know if you like this detailing. I just wonder how many episodes I can put out that are going to be kind of repetitive, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of this is going to be samey. I mean, each block's different and it's got its own charm and character, but how many episodes can I put out that are the same of just, you know, alleyway, boom, boom, there's my building, some light detailing. But it's also a showcase of how I play the game, right? I play for a much more realistic style. I still do make the game function by vanilla standards, and try to avoid mods that would remove vanilla-ness, like remove the vanilla from the game. But I also want it to be exciting and enjoyable for everybody out there viewing. So yeah, main question, one question of the video. Do you like the detailing? Maybe I'll do a poll. I don't know. I don't know if it's, yeah, we'll see. If there's a poll on the community tab, then heck yeah. But yeah, no, this is the plot that we did, and as always, as is sort of a staple of how I play the game, is that everything's got to function, right? And so we use these roads that fit in. The texture's a little bit different. Like, I bet you if I came in, because one of these is a procedural object, say if I came in and did... No, none of them are PO. Okay. Well, if I take this... this little surface here, convert it to PO, grab that PO, and adjust the color. But let's store this just in... okay. Let's store that color just in case it's... Oh my god, it's because the buttons are too... Okay. Let's grab this, and let's go like this. There we go, far away from all these buttons. It's stored, okay, cool. If I come in with the color here... Yeah, see, I bet you I could line it up more. I don't know, maybe I'll do that off camera. It doesn't bug me too much, but I bet some people out there probably don't like it. So the only downside with making these completely functional is that vehicles are going to really like them. On some of my builds, I won't allow vehicles back here. They can still access parking even if they don't have road access. So if you were to mess around with big parking lots or parking lot roads, you don't need to connect them to roads. They'll still function. People will find these parking spaces by flying. Other ways as well, too, like they will just drive through something. But yeah, you'll see a lot of traffic, right? Because even if you adjust this speed limit, like I've tested adjusting it to the lowest speed limit using TMPE, it still won't, like they're still going to use it because they see it as like a faster route. You add parking back here, you're going to get more cars. People are going to be able to walk through here more than what you'd see in an alleyway. But that's just kind of the game, you know, we work with it and make it do what we want. Yeah, but this is the area. It didn't do like too crazy. A lot of the buildings come pre-detailed from Smileys, which is super nice. Not that all of these are Smileys, but a lot of them are. And I heckin' love this little asset here. Satriali's Pork Store Meat Market. A little pig on there, right? That's super cool. I don't know. I really like it. Yeah, it looks super nice. And then adding these trees in, the little planter street trees, just some brick detailing. Like this area, especially looking at it from the view that we were at before. Like if I come down from, yeah, this angle where you got the suburbs behind, forested area, like this is just, oh man, fills the space beautifully. And then when we get this block done, like I'm really happy with this 7-Eleven. Like this 7-Eleven looks so heckin' good. Yeah, no, the area is really coming together and the downtown's starting to come together. I think next episode we're going to, like, I think the way that I do this, because I, like this detailing, it's not as heavy as I've done before. It's quicker to do detailing and can get the job done in less time. It's not, again, not as heavy detailing as I have done on builds like this, but I feel like that works well, what we did here for episodes, and I think the way that we approach this to tackle the downtown, and again, just let me know what your interests are and what you're interested in, whether it's the detailing or just the city expansion. I think what we do is we bounce from project to project, right? So I'm thinking the way that this goes, we did a detailing episode here, filling out one of the blocks in downtown. I think we go from there to something like the stadium. I know that the stadium's going to be around here. We could do that for next episode. and then from there bounce back to another downtown detailing episode, bounce to another cool project, you know, kind of just fluctuate. And by episode, we're going to slowly get the downtown filled up. And hey, if we hit that 1K subscriber goal, y'all get a live stream where, I don't know, maybe we just like knock out a bunch of the downtown stuff on a YouTube live stream. It'd be super cool. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. That's the episode. That's the build. Gives you a little glimpse at how you can put this together. This really didn't take this long. I think this took like 30 minutes all in to build this block. So I think like, also I can hear my voice already. I don't know what it is. Like the Mondays, well, it's Tuesday today technically, but on Monday I live stream. Tuesday I record. And I don't know what it is about the Mondays. I guess it's because I'm not streaming or creating content. Like I take Saturdays and Sundays off to just have me time and spend a lot of time outside. Super good for the mental health. Get outside biking, being in nature. And I guess it's just being away from it. My voice just gets raspy is what I'm trying to say. It sounds like I'm back in high school. Like it's very, I don't know. Thank you for bearing with my voice. I had switched to like record on the Thursdays, but I was feeling productive this Tuesday morning to get some content out there as well. Also, I have no spoilers, but I have a super cool YouTube video planned. That's going to be a break from Rural Canada A, not a new series or anything like that, just a one-off video. That's a really cool concept, something I'd been toying with for a while. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I think it's fun. That'll be coming as well, too. And I mentioned this during the time-lapse as well, but I just wanted to apologize for last week's video. I have no idea what happened in my YouTube studio, my creator's dashboard. For those that aren't creators or just viewers, your little creator dashboard, it showed the video with the outro completely fine, but somehow on YouTube, I guess maybe when it was processing or whatever happened, the ending just wasn't there. So I don't know if I like lost internet or something happened, but re-uploaded it. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Here's the builds. Again, I'm just so happy with this. It feels so much like you come down to street level here, and it just look at those the views. I guess I don't know. It feels weird saying it. You're just looking at buildings, but like I don't know, the street level vibes, ponderosa trees flowing. Welcome to the Okanagan, eh? Yeah, I'm so excited to see how the city progresses as well, too. But that's all I got for you. As always, remember, no matter what life throws at you, you matter. You are loved. You have a purpose. I'm a Canadian Moose, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Rural Canada A.